So shifting gears to women's basketball here for just a little bit. The other night, Iowa played LSU in an absolute banger of a game. It had over 12 million people watch this game. And it got me to thinking, I'll get to the whole Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese thing here in just a minute. And I've got a lot to say about Angel Reese. But Angel Reese just declared for the WNBA draft. And we already know Caitlin Clark is going in. And I personally believe, I think Caitlin Clark will go number one overall. Angel Reese should probably go number two. But of course, it depends on the teams that are drafting, what their needs are. I could certainly see Angel Reese going number one and Caitlin going number two. I could see, you know, the team that has the number one pick, if they don't need either one of these, going with a different direction. Anything could happen. But I will say this, there has never been a time like this for the WNBA, and they need to strike while the iron is hot. They need to go all in. They need to get the best marketing people they can find, the best PR people they can find, and they need to create and hype this rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for the next 10 to 15 years. They need to make this a Magic versus Bird thing. They need to make it a Jordan versus Bird thing, a Shaq and Hakeem thing. They need to go all in and hype this thing as much as humanly possible for the next 10 to 15 years. Every time these girls play each other in the WNBA, it needs to be on primetime television. ESPN needs to be covering it. They need to show this game every single time they play. Now, going back to the other night, Iowa beat the defending champions, LSU. Hats off to both teams. They both played a hell of a game. It did look like Iowa was going to pull away and run away with it a little bit, but LSU fought back. Amazing athletes on both teams, not just Caitlin and Angel, but the entire teams. Great athletes on both sides. But of course, the whole hype about this was about Caitlin Clark, the all-time women's scorer in college basketball history, against Angel Reese, the face of the defending national champions. Now, I'll say this. I love trash talking. Okay, I grew up playing sports. Trash talking is a part of the game. All great athletes have done it throughout time. There's nothing wrong with it. On the other hand, if you talk trash and you get humbled, you got to be humble, okay? You can always come back later and talk trash again. That's fine. But in the moment, if you get humbled, you got to just take it on the chin a little bit. Say, okay, hats off. You got me. We'll move on. But don't think I'm going to forget about this next time we face each other. So I personally thought, and I'll say this, I had a feeling how Angel Reese was going to react after this game. And the unfortunate thing is I was 100% proven right. Well, somewhat right. I honestly thought that Angel was going to come out and make a bunch of excuses as to why they lost. That didn't necessarily happen, but she went another route with it. Angel Reese decided to play the victim card. Now, I have to say, Angel Reese, you are not a victim, okay? And I don't want to hear all that, oh, well, I got death threats and I've been sexualized. Never mind the fact that this is the same woman who has gone and posed for Sports Illustrated swimsuit, okay? And puts videos of herself on her TikTok and her Instagram of her in bikinis. But she wants to talk about her being sexualized by other people when she's basically doing it to herself. So spare me the nonsense about how you're being sexualized, okay? As far as the death threats go, I don't know if you're getting them or if you're not getting them. Have not heard anything about the news about there being a police or an FBI investigation into any threats against Angel Reese. So I don't know. She could be getting them. She could not be getting them. Have no idea. I'm not going to call her a liar. I just haven't heard anything about it. But for you to go, instead of just saying, hey, hats off to Iowa, hats off to Caitlin Clark. They played a hell of a game. They beat us. They just straight up beat us. And good luck to them going forward. Go get that title. Instead of just saying that, you have to go and play the victim. And you're not a victim, Angel. You're not. You're probably the most widely known female athlete out there right now. And yes, Caitlin Clark is getting a lot of hype because she broke the scoring record. But I guarantee you, more people Casual sports fans would probably pick Angel Reese out of a lineup of 5 girls than Caitlin Clark. And that's no knock on Caitlin Clark. She's amazing. She's going to go do great things. But Angel Reese, you're not a victim. When Caitlin Clark and Iowa lost last year, she didn't play the victim card. Okay? She took it on the chin and she moved on. And she turned around and beat you the next year. And if you're going to talk trash and you're going to run your mouth, then you got to just take it on the chin when you get humbled. That's how it works. Now go to the WNBA, go dominate there, and go continue to talk trash. I'll support it 100%. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. But you're not a victim. Angel, you are going to be a multi-millionaire in your lifetime. You are going to be widely known as one of the most recognizable and biggest stars in women's sports history. You're not a victim, okay? You're not. So get that victim's mentality out. You're a star. You're an absolute stud of an athlete. You're a beautiful young woman. You have talent. You have charisma. You have charm. Some people don't like the trash talking, but hey, some people, like rock music. Some people like country. Some people like jazz. It's all about the flavor that you like. I don't mind the trash talking. Do you? But also be prepared to catch the backlash when you do get beaten. That's the thing about trash talking. And that's the thing that instead of playing the victim card or all these reporters like in the USA Today yesterday wanting to make this a black and white racial thing, this isn't about black and white. This is about talking trash and getting humbled. Period. It does not matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter what your gender is. All that matters, when you talk trash and you lose, people are going to jump on it. It happens all the time. It happens in combat sports. How many times have I seen a white UFC fighter go out there, run his mouth, and get absolutely obliterated in the cage when it's time to go? A lot. It has nothing to do with his race. And people jump and pile on after he loses. Why? Is it because he's white? No, it's because he talked trash and he got knocked out. Period. Angel Reese talked trash and LSU got knocked out. That's all there is to it. Anyways, I'm looking forward to this WNBA. Do the right thing. This is your chance to become a mainstream sports organization and not just a fringe league. This is your chance to grab that casual fan. And if you don't do it now, you're never going to get the opportunity again. And I hope you do it. I hope you take Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and you hype this rivalry for the next 10 to 15 years that every time these women are on the court together, it is must-see TV and you will put it on primetime television every single time it happens. If you don't do that, you're doing a huge disservice to not only your league, but to every player in it. Every woman that is in the WNBA and every woman that will enter the WNBA in the future, you're doing a huge disservice if you do not take advantage of this monumental situation that has fallen into your lap. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on Angel Reese and her post-game press conference? What are your thoughts on this potential rivalry? And what do you think the WNBA should do going forward to maximize this potential rivalry? Let me know in the comments below.